Okay, let's talk about inflammation today. So it's all the rage these days, right? You hear about it everywhere. There's all this talk about inflammation, and it's just being touted as the root of all evil. And so, but what does that really mean to you and me, right? I know what the word inflammation means, like I can define it. It's swelling, right? But if I can't feel it or see it, does it even matter to me? Does all this talk about inflammation pertain to me? And so I think it can be really hard to wrap our minds around something that we can't see or feel. And really, we might be feeling it, but we don't even realize that's what we're feeling, that the symptoms that we're experiencing have to do with inflammation. So pretty much any symptom you experience comes down to inflammation somewhere, somehow along the line. So asthma, allergies, rashes, stomach problems, infections, on and on and on, etc. So name me a symptom and I can bet I can track it back to inflammation in your body in some way. So inflammation is really a protective response our immune system goes into to deal with injury. So yeah, I'm talking about accident type injury, like falling down, snowboarding. I'll pick on snowboarders because I'm a skier. You fall down snowboarding, which happens all the time, and you hurt your wrist, it swells, and boom, that's inflammation, right? So that's easy to understand. But injury comes in all shapes and sizes. It doesn't just have to be some sort of physical accident type trauma to create an injury in the body. For example, like when we don't eat well, we don't eat right, we cause injury to our digestive systems and our organs, right? All kinds of things cause injury in our bodies, like chemicals, right? So from pesticides to hydrogenated oils to like the products that we use to clean our houses, right? These are all kinds of chemicals that come in and cause injury in the body. Or microorganisms like bacteria, viruses, parasites, that kind of stuff, funguses, these things that come in and cause infections in our bodies. So remember the last time you got sick, say it was like a bacteria and you got a sinus infection, that was inflammation, right? You can't breathe through your nose, you get the sinus headache. That's all from inflammation caused by that infection where the body's trying to protect you, wall off the bacteria, but all those crappy things you feel is from that inflammation. So what if you have little infections, little injuries all over your body, right? That's systemic inflammation. Problems in your gut come down to inflammation 100% of the time. So the body's trying to protect us in its infinite wisdom, which is awesome, but we shouldn't have ongoing inflammation in our guts. That can quickly lead to leaky gut, which I'm sure you've heard of. Right now we've got inflammation all over the place because leaky gut makes the little junctures in the small intestine get wider, and then these big molecules of food that haven't fully digested start escaping into our digestive system, and then that can cause problems all over the body, right? It just sounds gross, doesn't it? I always picture like little mini loaves of bread floating around in my bloodstream. Okay, that's a side note. So we shouldn't have inflammation in our hearts or our blood vessels or our brain or, really anywhere in the body that we don't have just an acute injury that we're dealing with. Chronic inflammation, chronic problems, chronic infections is what is the problem and the issue for us. So I think inflammation is a huge problem for many of us, but we don't really relate to it. So I hope I've helped you kind of relate to it some more today. I think it really comes down to the injuries we are inflicting on ourselves internally, from how we eat, how we drink, how we think, what we breathe, even exercise, right? Everything that we're exposed to. So what's the solution? Take better care of ourselves. We need to eat clean. For most of us, that means eat green. Like green superfoods are great to alkalize the body and make it inhospitable to all these microorganisms. Taking probiotics to get the good bacteria in, again, helps make the environment inhospitable and helps the good bacteria outweigh the bad bacteria. Slow down, take care of ourselves, right? Rest, sleep, not moving a million miles an hour all the time, less stress, that kind of stuff. Don't over exercise. That's a huge one, especially here in Aspen. I don't know if that's the case where you live, but here people are like chronic over exercisers, and that's a killer way to build up a ton of inflammation in your body. Even if you look all skinny and thin, if you're over exercising, you have systemic inflammation for sure. And over exercising is another great way to throw your hormones out of balance too. So you get a twofer on that one. I know this is all much easier said than done. I totally get that. But I'm guessing at the end of the day, you'd really rather feel good than anything else. So it's just that simple choice it comes down to. And then some education and getting help from someone like me. So contact me in the link above to get my help on your path to healing yourself. That's what I'm all about, is teaching you how to heal yourself. And I'm Sheridan Semple. I'm the owner of Aspen Holistic Health. I'm a holistic health practitioner, a nutritionist, and a clinical aromatherapist. So thanks for spending your time with me today. Until next time, bye.